The first night she locked the bedroom door, I thought it was a mistake. The second night, when she tossed a blanket at me without meeting my eyes, I knew it wasn't. The leather couch groaned beneath me as I lay staring at the ceiling, listening to muffled laughter through the wall. Not mine. Hers. Her voice, once warm in the dark beside me, was now something distant, sharp, alive, threaded with a joy she no longer gave to me. Every creak of the house was amplified in the silence. The hum of the refrigerator. The ticking of the old clock. The faint vibration of her phone upstairs, answered in hurried whispers. "Why?" I muttered into the dark. The word dissolved in the stale air. Days bled into weeks. She gave excuses like scraps tossed to a starving dog. "I'm tired. I need space. You're smothering me." All while her phone lit up at dinner. While her eyes darted away when I reached for her hand. While perfume lingered on her skin hours after she claimed she'd been working late. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to. But belief is fragile, and suspicion grows like rot. One evening, I climbed the stairs after she'd fallen asleep. Her phone lay face down on the nightstand, buzzing with life. My chest hammered as I picked it up, the screen unlocking under my trembling thumb. Messages filled the screen. His name wasn't saved, just an initial. Lines of words that cut deeper than any knife. "Can't wait to see you again. He suspects nothing. You're mine, not his." My breath caught. The phone slipped from my hand, landing silently on the carpet. I stared at her sleeping form, her back turned to me, as if she'd already chosen the side of the bed that wasn't ours. The next morning, I didn't confront her. I couldn't. I brewed coffee, buttered her toast, kissed her cheek like a man pretending his house wasn't burning down around him. But the fire spread anyway. When she snapped at me that night, "Go sleep in the living room, I need rest," something inside me cracked. Not just pain. Resolve. If she wanted me out of the bedroom, then fine. But she would be the one leaving this house. I spent days in silence, watching, waiting, collecting every lie she told. When she said she was working late, I followed. Her car wasn't at the office. It was parked outside a hotel, the neon sign buzzing in the night like an omen. I didn't need to see them together. The truth was already strangling me. But I stayed. I watched her walk in, watched the way her shoulders relaxed the moment she saw him waiting in the lobby. My hands shook against the steering wheel. Anger, sorrow, betrayal, it all collided until I felt numb. By the time she came home, slipping off her heels at the door, I was sitting at the dining table with a manila envelope in front of me. "What's this?" she asked, her tone cautious. I slid the envelope toward her. "Divorce papers." She froze, her mouth opening, closing, then curving into a bitter laugh. "You're serious?" "Sign them." My voice was calm, almost too calm. "You don't even want to talk about it." "Talk." My hands clenched. "I slept in the living room while you shared a bed somewhere else. What's left to talk about?" Her face paled, then hardened. "You went through my phone. That's what you're upset about." My voice cracked, raw with disbelief. "Not the lies. Not the betrayal. Not the fact you've been throwing away everything we built." Her jaw tightened, tears brimming in her eyes though her voice stayed sharp. "I was unhappy. I didn't know how to tell you." "Unhappy." I slammed my hand against the table, the sound echoing through the hollow house. "So you chose to humiliate me instead? To turn me into a stranger in my own home?" The silence between us throbbed. "Finally," she whispered, "I didn't mean to hurt you." The cruelty of it, the softness in her voice, the lie disguised as regret, lit a fire in me. "Then sign," I demanded. She stared at the papers, her hand trembling as she picked up the pen. I watched her scrawl her name across the page that ended us, each stroke a wound and a liberation all at once. When the pen dropped, I felt the weight lift from my chest. She packed her things in silence that night. The sound of zippers, the rustle of clothes, the clatter of hangers, all of it etched into my memory. At the door, she paused. "You'll regret this." I looked at her, really looked at her. The woman I once thought was my forever, now nothing more than a ghost with a suitcase. No, I said quietly. I regret trusting someone who forced me into the living room while she gave herself to someone else. Her eyes filled with tears she didn't let fall. Then she turned and left. The house felt emptier than I'd imagined. But as I sat back on that same couch, the couch that had once felt like punishment, I realized it no longer did. It was freedom. And for the first time in weeks, I closed my eyes and slept without hearing her laughter through the walls.